Hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. Howdy, howdy. I'm Teacher Oakley. And for the next hour here on Verbling, we're going to be looking at pronunciation of S endings. That's right, endings. Words that end with S and how we pronounce S at the ends of words. Wonderful thing. There's good news and bad news, okay? Let me start with the bad news. The bad news is that there are three different pronunciations when we add an S to the ends of words. It could be is, as in wash, washes. It could be S, like pet. I have one pet, I have two pets. Just S sounds like an S. Or it could be a Z sound, as in I have one bird, I have two birds. Z sound. Okay, that's the bad news. You have to learn that S endings have three pronunciations. Now the good news. The good news is that, in fact, there are strict and binding rules to how we pronounce the S at the ends of words. And these rules, unlike so many rules in English in which there are exceptions, and we say, oh, this is the rule except on Tuesdays during a moonlit night in the summertime. Okay, this is not one of those crazy English rules. This is one of the English rules where, in fact, there really are rules to follow, and they always work 100% of the time. Amazing. Okay. Let's see, where is everyone today? Where are all you people? Where is everyone? Okay. Well, anyway, I'm ready. When you're ready, come on in and join me. We'll talk about why we put S on the ends of words, and then we're going to look at the three different possible pronunciations. Another thing we're going to look at today, actually, that can be confusing, since we are looking at plurals and S's, we're also going to be looking at some spelling rules, because sometimes when we make plurals, weird things happen when we have to pluralize things with Y, for example, or there's some other oddities in English when it comes to talking about plurals. Okay. Khaled, how are you?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Welcome to the class, Khaled. Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
me. Okay. Khaled, we're going to be practicing pronouncing S at the ends of words. So, why on earth do we put S at the ends of words? I'll give you a huge clue. There are actually 4 reasons. You may think, oh, well, it's kind of obvious why we put S at the ends of words, but there are 4 circumstances where we do this. But the rules I'm going to teach you for pronunciation of the S doesn't matter what the purpose is, and it doesn't matter what the word form is, a noun or a verb. Khaled, what is one reason that we put S at the ends of words?
For plural.
Sorry?
For the plural.
Plural. Yes, indeed. Plural nouns. Number 1. Very good. Hello, Anastasia or Oksana?
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Oksana?
Fine, thank you.
Very good. Glad to hear it. Oksana, what is another reason that we put S on the ends of words in English?
When we talk about many things. Apples, apple,
Right.
apples.
Right, that's plural nouns. That's correct. What's another reason?
Another reason.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason. mm, is, when we speak, she goes.
Very good. Yes, indeed. She goes,
He goes.
I go, but he or she or it goes.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, that's it. So we use it to create plural verbs, or really, not to create. Actually, it's singular. He goes, but or to conjugate verbs. That's what that's called. Subject-verb agreement. All right, or conjugating the verb. That's what that is called. You need to conjugate the verb properly. Okay, right. I run, he runs. Great. Now it gets difficult. Now the challenge. Khaled, what is the third reason that we might put an S?
When we add S for the honor, you know.
Excellent. Yes, you are completely correct. Possessives. For example, Khaled's book.
Yeah. Book.
All right.
Yeah.
Khaled's
Yeah.
book. I might put an apostrophe and an S. Khaled. That's Khaled's book. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
You are correct. And what is yet another reason? Oksana, one more.
Sorry, at that moment I don't have any reason.
Yeah. No? Khaled, do you know?
Unfortunately, I think I don't know. I try to remember, but
Okay, I'm the winner. Yay for me. Okay, here's the last reason. We use S at the ends of words again with the apostrophe in contractions. For example, he's gone now. He is gone now. Or
yeah.
he's got to go. If as a substitute for is, or possibly has, he's got to go now. He has got to go now. Has or is in a contraction. Okay, that's it. Now the pronunciation rules that we're going to look at today, it doesn't matter which reason we're adding an S to a word. The pronunciation rules are always the same. Okay. If I don't remember, Khaled, I believe you were in my class yesterday when we were talking about past tense verb endings. Oksana, were you there too? Can't remember. Getting
I
old.
was there.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
Xena wasn't. I was there. Yeah.
You were there. Okay. Okay. Well, same kind of idea. I'm glad you got to see yesterday's. I wish you were here, Oksana, because just like in yesterday's lesson, pronouncing past tense, ED, again, there are three rules, three forms. Either the S at the end of the word is pronounced like an S, like pet, pets, like bird, birds, as a Z, or as is, and we add an extra syllable. Very similar to verbs that end with T or D, we add an extra syllable. Wait, waited. Wash, washes. We add that extra syllable for one of the rules. Very, very similar, and they have everything to do with voiced and voiceless sounds at the ends of words. Voiceless sounds are sounds where we don't use our voice box to vibrate to make a sound. Sounds like F. and the voiceless TH, 3. Okay, and S sound, and sh sound, SH sound, sh. Okay, but there's some wrinkles. This is a little bit less straightforward than the rules for past tense verbs. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a screen share here so I can show you as I continue to show you these 3 rules. Okay, give me a second to pull this up here. Come on. Ugh. Where are you? Causing me problems here. Here we go. Okay, there are 3 rules. I'm going to start with the rule for IZ first. Okay, this is when we actually add an extra sound, an extra vowel sound, thus creating an extra syllable. Don't worry about this too much. These are phonetics. When a noun or a verb or a proper noun, doesn't matter. Again, this doesn't actually matter why we're adding an S. The rules still work. When a noun ends with a consonant, with any of these phonetic sounds. Now, these things are called sibilants, by the way. All right, there's a word for these types of words. These types of sounds are called sibilants. They include the most obvious S. Also, obviously, the Z. These are kind of the snaky sounds. Okay. The SH sound. And also the CH sound. We can also, I'm putting X here, even though that's not really a sound, but X, when we pronounce an X at the end of words, box, it actually makes an S sound. So I'm going to put it up here as included in the group of sibilants here. Okay, and the last one is a little tricky it's easy to remember S and Z and SH and CH. They all sound very similar. And X, the tricky one is the kind of J sound. Kind of a J sound, like J, like in the word judge, judge, wedge, budge, fudge. Okay, that J sound. Now, these are all called sibilants. This is a group of sounds that are called sibilants. All of these sounds are followed by is. So, for example, Oksana, can you say these words here on the right? The singular, gas, right?
Gas. Gases.
Yes. Gases. Gases.
Gases.
Right. Right. It's definitely an IZ sound. All right. Khaled, try the next one here.
Glass, glasses.
That's it. Word ends with an S sound. Okay. Oksana?
Nose, noses.
Noses. Right?
No,
Khaled?
nose, noses.
Noses. It's 2 Z sounds in nose. Nose has a Z sound.
Nose, noses.
That's it. Now you got it. Okay. Khaled?
Brush, brushes.
Brushes. Okay.
Brushes.
Brushes. All right. And so let's see. Well, we've looked at examples with these sounds, S, Z, and SH. Can you think of a word Oksana, that ends with a ch sound?
Watch.
Very good. And so the plural would be?
Watches.
That's it.
Watch.
Excellent. That's it. Khaled, can you think of a word that ends with X?
Wax.
Wax. Okay, fine. Plural?
Waxes.
Waxes. You got it. All right, that's it. I already mentioned a bunch with the j sound. Judge, judges.
Judge.
Wedge, wedges. All right, so that's it. These are the sounds that are going to end with the is sound. All right. All right. It may be hard to remember, but if you can try to remember that they're sibilants. The difficult one to remember as a sibilant is that j sound. These first ones are all very similar. Your tongue is in a very similar place. You're obviously releasing air as you're speaking behind your tongue or around your tongue. There's the same thing. You're actually releasing air around your tongue. That's why they're all in the same group of sibilants. Okay. Anyway, that is the only time when you should be pronouncing an extra vowel sound after the word and before the plural S. Only for these sibilants. Okay.
Hello, Willie?
Sorry?
Sorry, I have a meeting, so I have to go, sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, thank you,
right.
thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you, Colette. Thank you for stopping by. Okay. Oksana.
Yes.
It's just you and me now. Okay. Don't be scared. I'll be gentle.
No, I'm not scared.
Okay. That's good.
It's like lesson. How say private lesson? So what?
Right. Very good. I don't understand really. There was like 9 people signed up for the class, but you're the only one here. Okay. There's plenty of room out there. If anybody wants to join, you can still join the class. It's okay. Okay. Now the next rule, rule number 2, that I want to discuss with you. When a noun ends with a voiceless consonant, with the exception, of course, of the ones we already looked at, which are S, SH, and CH, ch, sh, and s. These are all voiceless sounds. But that's cool because with the exception of these, so we're basically, what are we looking at? What's left? Perhaps the voiceless TH. All right, that's like 3. What else? Can you think of any other voiceless sounds, Oksana? Ooh, testing you.
Voiceless.
Voiceless, where you don't use your voice to pronounce the sound. Do you know any others?
No, I don't have idea.
Well, there's T. There's no voice. It's just
Yeah.
it's
T.
air.
T.
T, right? Not D. D is voice. D. 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 P. Oh, yeah, good one. You're absolutely correct. P. Good one. Yes, you're absolutely right. Another glottal, the K sound. And also F. And you know what? I think that's about all that's left, actually. So when a noun ends with any of these voiceless consonants, that is the time when we actually pronounce an S like an S. When we pronounce it exactly how it looks. The S sounds like an S. Okay, so for example, clock ends with a K. All right, what's it sound like? Plural?
Yeah, clocks.
Clocks. Easy enough. Next one.
Cat, cats.
Yep.
Roof, roof.
Yep. And down here.
Months. Months.
That's pretty.
Months.
That's pretty good. That's a little bit of a trick. I'm throwing a curveball at you. Okay, I have to share with you that the word months, of course, it has the N sound and the TH sound and the S sound. We got 1, 2, 3 consonant sounds here. All right. So it's very common, although the proper pronunciation is, as you said, months. That's hard to do because you have to stick your tongue out of your mouth, top teeth, then slide it back to the position for the S. That's a lot of slippery tongue sliding. So in reality, native speakers don't even bother. We say basically like this. It sounds like months. Months. And you barely, if at all, hear the T. This is very common. Reduction. This happens in English when we have 3 consonants. We just lose the middle consonant sound and reduce pronunciation because it's hard for us to pronounce, even though we're native speakers. So you would commonly hear 3 months. I've been here for 3 months. All right? And that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Technically, yes, you're right. Months. It's hard to say, and you got to draw it out in order to get all the sounds. Okay, that's it. That's rule number 2. Voiceless, after voiceless consonants. All right, we've got some of these. What's a word that ends with T? We haven't looked at. Oksana, what's another word that ends with T?
Cat.
Yeah. Oh,
But we have
oh yeah, we have cat, don't we? That's silly me. Okay. Oh, never mind. All right, what's a word that ends with P?
P.
Yeah.
Chop.
All right, plural?
Chops.
Chops. S sound. That's it. That's it, that's it, that's it. Okay, and our final rule here, when a noun ends with a vowel, okay, or a voiced consonant. Now, by definition, vowels must and have to be and are always voiced sound. There's no possible such thing as a voiceless vowel sound or unvoiced. We say voiceless or unvoiced, it makes no difference. But there's no such thing as a voiceless vowel sound. That doesn't even make sense, actually. Even in the case of diphthongs, which are vowel sounds that maybe have a Y or a W sound in them, like I, like cried, I, there's a kind of a Y sound, or ow, like cow, or yeah. Anyway, even it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant because all vowels are voiced, so it's going to follow the same rule. Any rule that pertains to voice sounds automatically, by default, also includes vowels. Or voice consonants, and that includes basically every other sound that's left in the English phonetic language. Okay, with the exception, okay, all voice sounds with the exception of the 2 which we had in the sibilants. That would be the Z sound. Z is a voice sound, and also the J, like judge, J. That's definitely a voice sound. But other than those 2 sounds, which are included in our sibilants, everything else gets pronounced as a Z sound. All right. So, for example, Oksana?
Bed. Bed. Beds. Beds.
That's it. Beds. Okay.
Beds.
Beds. Okay. Stove.
Dogs.
Stoves. Okay. Dog.
Dog. Dogs.
That's it. Room.
Room. Rooms.
That's it. Very good.
Room. Rooms.
Rooms. Right. Not an S. M is a M, N. Any of the nasals, those are all NG sound. Song. Songs. All right. M, N, N, G. All of those are voiced. Yeah, well, everything less. I'll give you an example with a vowel ending. Well, you already did it, but go.
Goes.
Goes. Okay. Oksana.
And what?
Okay. How did you
Oksana?
say? Yeah, make a possessive with your name.
Oksana's.
That's it.
Oksana's.
No.
Oksana.
Oksana's with a Z sound. Your name ends with a vowel. Oksana's pencil. Sure. My name too. Oakley, E sound. Oakley's class. So it makes no difference. We're looking at these just to make it easier to understand. These definitions or these rules are, I'll say, nouns, but it does not matter. It really does not matter why you're adding an S to a word. It makes no difference, which is the same reason why when we contract she, ends with a vowel sound, becomes she's. She's going to the market. She is going to the market. She's. He's. And why is it different when we say it's? Because it sounds like an S, right? It's. Yeah, and then we have rule number 2 here. All right, it's pronounced like an S. It's raining. Okay, he's wet. It's raining, so he's wet. Doesn't matter why we're adding an S to the end of the word. These pronunciation rules always work. They're magical. Okay, not really, but they always work. So the most important, again, I think, my opinion, the most important one is knowing these sibilants, because that's the time when you actually add a syllable. And this is the usual mistake. I hear sometimes I hear people add a syllable to other words and say is, okay? Particularly with longer words. These words are all relatively short, but stove, stoves. There were 3 stoves. No, stoves. Okay. Let's talk about some other plural rules that we can investigate here. Ooh, here's a watches, judges, boxes. Okay. Some other rules that we can talk about when making plurals. Okay. Okay. Now, in regards to spelling and pronunciation, we can look at both things. When a word ends with a consonant plus a Y, the Y turns into, when we make it plural, we change the spelling, it turns into IES. However, the same rules are in effect because words that end with Y have an ending vowel sound, like country, Oakley, country. Obviously becomes, Oksana?
Countries.
Countries. Trees. Country.
Countries.
Country. Yeah, I sorry. I should be stressing the first syllable. I'm sorry. Countries.
Countries. The
That's
small S or Z? Countries? Z.
Because
more.
it's a vowel sound, Z. No, not more, Z completely, totally, absolutely. Countries. Definitely, same thing. Baby becomes
Babies.
babies. Absolutely. Even fly. Different vowel sound.
Flies.
Flies, of course. Lady.
Ladies.
Ladies. With a Z sound, because they all end. All of these are going to end with a vowel sound, so they all get that rule for vowel sounds. Okay. Next set here. Just separate this.
Days.
Days. Okay. Spelling-wise, however, notice when it's a consonant and then a Y, you get this IES thing going on. However, when it's simply a vowel and then a Y, you just add S, like, you know, dogs. You just add the S. You don't have to worry about changing the spelling. Okay. By the way, for example, okay, let's see here. Just one quick thing here. Ladies. If I want to, how do I spell? I changed, if I want to talk about one lady, two ladies. Well, there we go. Two ladies, I need IES. What if I want to say the lady's purse, Oksana? How do I spell it?
Ladies who?
The lady's purse. The lady's pencil. I'm trying to make it possessive.
Ladies pencil.
How do I spell it? Yeah, okay, ladies. Still the same pronunciation rule is in effect, but how do I spell it?
I don't know. Ladies?
Oh. Well, L-A-D-Y. I need apostrophe S. I don't have to change the spelling. I'm in fact not only I don't have to, I don't want to, I can't. All right? So this is plural, like three ladies, but this is ladies like the lady's purse. I found the lady's purse. Okay? So that's important. But notice this, the pronunciation, three ladies, the lady's purse. Same. Totally the same. Because the rules are still in effect. A vowel sound is a voice sound. That means it's going to get Z pronunciation. Right. So the spelling does not change. We're not doing anything weird with that. Okay, all right. A vowel in Y just simply takes the S. There's some examples. Of course, we have A-Y, E-Y, O-Y, yeah, whatever. Day, days. Okay, you got that. How about key?
Keys.
Use Z. Z sound. Keys. Boy.
Boys.
Boys. Guy.
Guys.
Guys. Okay, there you go. All of the oi, I, E, A, these are all diphthong sounds, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, they're all voiced. That's all that matters when it comes to pronouncing the S. They're all voice sounds. They're all going to have Z pronunciation. Okie dokie. Okay. Let's look at the next little fun thing here. Separate this one a little bit. All right. Proper nouns. That is to say names. Okay. If your last name is Fry, your surname is Fry, then I can refer to you and your entire family as the Frys, as in the Fries live next door. Okay. The Simpsons. All right, the Simpsons with a Z sound because N is voiced. Okay, but I don't have to. I certainly don't have to. I can't do anything to the spelling because it's a proper name. You're not allowed to change spelling in a proper name ever, never, never, ever for no reason. Okay, but when I want to use it collectively, really to mean plural, talking about the whole family, I can say the Fries. The Fries are my neighbors. Same thing. Kennedy, the Kennedys. Fine. Again, it's ending with an E or I or whatever. It's ending with a vowel sound. Again, the same rule. They're all going to have a Z pronunciation. If your name is Mott, I don't know, Smith, well, there's a common name. Then of course I'm going to pronounce it. How do I pronounce it actually? Oksana?
Mrs.
Yeah. What?
Oh. Not Mrs.
Not
Miss?
quite. There you go. That's it. Very good. Right, but you need to say the Smiths because you're using it collectively. The Smiths. And notice the S is actually an S sound because of the voiceless TH. It actually sounds like an S. The Smiths.
Miss.
So still following the same patterns, the same 3 rules. Doesn't make any difference. Yes, the Smiths.
It's very difficult to understand Smith or Smith.
Smiths or Smiths or what?
Oh,
It's difficult.
they say first Smith and
Yeah.
the Smith.
Smiths. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. It is. Okay, let's talk about that a second. You're absolutely correct. It is hard to hear the difference between Smith or Smiths.
Yeah.
And so what we do when we have this problem where we have, and these are continuants, both the TH and the S, they're continuants, meaning I can continue to pronounce them as long as I have breath in my lungs. Until I run out of air, I can make the S sound or the TH sound. So we definitely tend to drag these sounds a little more so that you can hear them. So I would actually slow down my pace of speaking. If I had to say this, if I'm talking to you, Oksana, I would say, we've been invited to dinner by the Smiths. Notice I'm taking forever to say that word. I'm dragging out the Smiths. I have no choice because I can't reduce this. It's a proper name. You just absolutely cannot reduce proper names in pronunciation or in spelling. So I have no choice. I have to drag out the sounds to make sure that you hear it all. That's the kind of technique we use. So actually, that was a very good point. I'm glad you brought that up. And we do that all the time. When Oksana, when I have to say some weird, some strange, like combination of words, okay. Maybe I have to say this for some stupid reason. I don't know why, but whoops. Okay. Doesn't matter. I'm a native speaker. I'm a teacher of English, but I'm still going to slow down because it's really hard to say irregular parallel lines really fast, other than I've practiced it. It's okay to slow down in your speaking when you have repeated sounds or alternating like R's and L's, which are difficult. Alternating TH and S is difficult, even for native speakers. It's perfectly normal and acceptable to slow down. Just slow down. That's all. It's okay. If I have to say the word irregularly, I regularly have to slow down when I say the word irregularly. Otherwise, I mispronounce it. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. It's as simple as that, and it's perfectly acceptable to do that. Okay, now we've got some strange things going on here. Nouns, which end nouns. Okay, this is very important. Now, this is actually true. This is actually important that we understand that this is nouns specifically. Nouns ending, everything else basically doesn't really matter, but nouns that end with F or FE, F sound, doesn't matter. When we make it plural, we change the spelling and pronunciation. Now, this does not change the pronunciation rules we've been learning. For example, loaf. Now we're going to change it to a V sound. Loaf, of course, is an unvoiced sound. It's unvoiced. V is a voice sound. So, of course, V's voiced. So how am I going to pronounce the plural? 1 loaf of bread, 2
Loaves.
loaves. Yes, very, very good. I have 1 wife. I have 2
Wives.
wives. If I get caught, I'm going to jail. Ah. Okay, wives. Okay, I once met a man from St. Ives. Yeah, right. Okay, anyway, never mind. I once met a man. Oh, I once met a man going to St. Ives. The man had 7 wives. The 7 wives had 7 sacks. The 7 sacks had 7 cats. How many were going to St. Ives?
How many eyes?
Okay. Okay, this is a riddle. I once met a man going to St. Ives. I once met a man going to St. Ives. The man had 7 wives. The wives had 7 sacks. The sacks had 7 cats. How many were going to St. Ives?
I don't know.
The answer is just me, actually. I was going to St. Ives. Nobody else.
Yeah.
Okay, it's stupid. Never mind. I do want to point out something here. Okay, wolf, for example,
Wolves.
becomes wolves. Okay, but guess what? There's something else you might want to know about wolf. Wolf can be a verb. Did you know that?
No. How? Verb. I just know this some animals wolf.
Right.
Yeah.
It can be a verb. Every day I only have 10 minutes for lunch, so I have to wolf down a sandwich. I wolf down a sandwich in 3 minutes. Okay, that's a verb, meaning to eat very, very fast, like a wolf, actually.
Idioms or exactly some
No, that's a regular verb.
regular words.
Uh-huh.
This only like for eat, very quickly eat. Yeah?
That's right. That's right. That's what it means. But, okay, I wolf down a sandwich. Now, the thing is, if I have he and I have to conjugate the verb, I don't say he wolves down a sandwich. I simply say he wolfs. Now, notice my pronunciation change. He wolfs a sandwich. Okay, so this is something occasionally you will run into. Don't be confused. When it's a noun that ends with F or FE, F sound. We definitely are going to change it to a V, V-E-S, to make it plural, but not the same when we're conjugating the verb. We keep the spelling the same.
How say they wolfed a sandwich? This possible. They
Wolfed?
wolfed.
Past
Wolfed
tense?
yes.
Right.
Past tense.
This was the class you missed yesterday. Right. Right. Wolf, unvoiced past tense pronunciation is going to sound like a T. Wolfed. That's right. He wolfed a sandwich. Now, sometimes that happens. Actually, sometimes it doesn't. For example, the next one, half, halves. Okay. To half something can also be a verb. All right. I halved my allowance, or I will half my allowance next week. Oh, okay. I half my allowance every week. There, I was trying to do it in present tense. He halves his allowance. All right. Okay. Then it does sound like a V. He halves his allowance. To have something is actually a separate word. I have my allowance. Actually, I'm wrong. Actually, the verb is always with a V. So okay, that's my mistake here. Wait a minute. Wolf ends with an F, but to have something, it always is spelled this way. So he halves. Great. I have my lunch every day is possible. Some nouns, okay, here's the trick. Some nouns ending with F and FV, we change to VES. Some nouns have double forms. Now, one may be more popular or more common in British English, and one may be more popular or common in American English. That's usually the case. Some of these words, however, I hear Americans use both forms all the time. So it's not necessarily have to do with British American thing going on here. Not necessarily. Okay, but here's some examples. Hoof can be, but still, nevertheless, even so, the pronunciation rules, which we have learned today, still remain in effect. So how would you pronounce these two versions of the plural?
Hoof and hooves.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yes, you are absolutely correct. Still, the rules remain in effect. Very good. Okay, you know what hooves are?
No,
I say
I don't know.
Okay, oh, you have hands and feet. A cat has paws. A horse has hooves. A horse, or a cow, or a sheep, or a zebra, they have hooves. Okay. Scarf.
Scarves.
That's it. Very good.
I don't know what.
Scarf? Do you ever wear a scarf? Maybe you wear one in the winter, or maybe you wear one to look nice. Some women like to wear a nice scarf with a nice outfit. It's something that wraps around your neck.
Yes, yeah.
And it could be for warmth, or it could be just for decorative, or to look nice. Yeah. Okay. And last one, I bet you don't know this one either.
Yeah, I don't know. Warves.
That's pretty good. Wars. It's more of an or sound, like war. Wharf. Wharfs. Wharves. Kind of rhymes with dwarves. Okay. Wharf. Wharf is like a pier, a place where fishermen tie up their boats, or a wharf could be where trade goods come on a ship. It has to do with ships. Ship parking.
Yeah, and like garage for machine, for car. This wharf
Yeah, yeah, like for a boat. Right.
For boat.
Right. A wharf is like a dock is a specific area. The boat docks. It goes to the dock, like one parking spot for a car. But a wharf is like the whole parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the whole area is the wharf. And the area along the shore where boats go. The entire area. Okay. Now, okay, and finally here we've got nouns which change vowels. Now, okay, now these don't act like any kind of normal noun. We simply just can't add an S to them. And actually, this group is the group where mistakes are usually made with verb conjugation, with noun and verb agreement, because people get mixed up with the plurals, and they say things like "my feet is killing me," or "people is crazy." Well, no, they're not. People are crazy. Hello, Nader. Better late than never. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. We're here at the end, but still another important element. Now, here, of course, are rules that we've been learning through the entire class about pronouncing S at the ends of words is totally not applicable, because basically these are more or less, I don't know, they're like irregular verbs or something, because we don't have to worry, we never have to add S. 1 foot, 2 feet. Okay, 1 louse, 2 lice. What are, Oksana, do you know what lice are?
I know foot, but I don't know louse. What's mean louse?
And you know feet. Louse, okay, it's a disgusting insect. Yeah, that's right. They get in your hair.
Who drink blood? No?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, lice. I know some fairy tales or something. This in the hair, yeah.
That's right, but it's not fairy tales. They're real.
No, maybe some fairy tales about this lice.
They're not fairy tales. They're real. Oh boy. Sure enough. Okay, you probably heard some fairy tales about mice and mouse. 1 mouse and 3 mice.
3 mice.
Okay. Okay, Nader, very good. Right, 3 mice, 1 mouse. Are you scared of mice, Oksana? Do you scream?
No. One time when I young, I catch some mouse. Tried to catch some mouse, and I don't scare. My grandmother to punish me about this, because maybe it's too dangerous.
Okay. All right. When
but
yeah.
when I am adult, one time I'm sitting in some mouse come from balcony to our house. It's very scary. We with daughter run away from this and try to catch her. She's very she's very, I don't know, she don't afraid us.
The mice? Maybe he had a disease or something.
Yeah. Maybe she has disease. I don't know, she or he.
She or he, right? Of course. Just a figure of speech. By the way, when it's an animal and we can't tell if it's a male or female, it's perfectly okay to call it it or he or she. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you want to say doesn't make any difference. Just to correct your English a little bit, you said when I was young.
Yeah, when I was
Yeah, sure. Past tense verb to be. And you caught some mice. Some is plural, more than one. So it has to be mice.
one mouse, not.
Okay, so, all right. So in that case, you would have to use an article. I caught a mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to use a to show that it's one. Because it's a countable thing. Any countable thing, anything that we can make plural, we have to, when we're talking about one of them, we have to use an article, either a or the, a or an, or the. Okay, common mistake words, woman, women. Can I hear you pronounce that, actually, please? What is the difference, Oksana?
Woman and women.
Okay, actually, this O sounds more like an I. Women. Sounds like two I's, plural. Women.
Not women, women.
Women. Yes, so it's quite a bit different. And the O sounds nothing like an O, really. 3 women. 1 woman. Okay. That's a very common error, actually. Goose, geese. Okay. All right. Well, are you afraid of geese? Man, men, of course. Person, people is the big one. Got to be careful with these in conjugating verbs. Tooth, teeth. All right, that's fairly obvious. There's some tricky ones, you know, some crazy ones. Oksana, what is the plural of? Whoops, that's not right spelling. Sorry. What is the plural of octopus? Do you know octopus?
Yeah, I know. In the water is live. It lives.
Right.
Right. I don't know. Maybe octopuses. No.
Octopuses. No, this is a particularly weird one because it uses the rules for Latin. Actually, in Latin, I ending means is plural. So there's 3 words which I can never remember all 3 of them. Octopus, octopi, cactus. Do you know what a cactus is?
Yeah, some flowers. Not flowers, but
yeah, plant. They have flowers. They are a flowering plant. That is true. Cacti. I have 3 cacti.
Cacti. So tequila from 3 cacti. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then there's one more, and I can't ever remember what it is, but it also ends with US. But of course, these are very strange exceptions in the English language, not normal at all. You don't really use these words very often. Okay. But again, all right, most important part of the lesson, again, talking about these when these sibilants, when words end with these S, Z, SH, CH, an X, or a J sound, that's when we use the is, as in glasses. Okay. What remains in voiceless consonants, namely TH, T, PK, and F, we pronounce as an S sound. And finally, the Z sound for everything else. Oksana, thank you very much, and Nader also.
Thank you for lessons, Auckland. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you. It was nice having a private lesson with you. We'll see you again real soon. Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Hey there. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.